Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside as we always do outside our weather window. And boy, what a difference a day makes. Yesterday, 78 degrees, warmer than normal, above normal temperatures. Today, well below normal, lots of wind. A cold front came barreling through, and boy, you could feel it today. Still a nice shot, though, looking down at the Columbia River today, and a few clouds out there along the horizon. And I'll tell you what, if you're in the shade today with that wind, it felt downright cool. And we're going to stay cooler than normal, too. As we move through into Wednesday, you can see Wenatchee, our high tomorrow, only about 62, 65 Thursday with a good chance for rain. And keep in mind, our normal high for this time of year is 72. Omak and Moses Lake, you're going to stay below normal as well, with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. We'll have your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now here are a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. One of North Central Washington's most vital agencies during the COVID-19 pandemic has become the victim of 2 cyber attacks. The Eastmont School District has decided not to have vaccinated and unvaccinated seating sections at school events. And Wenatchee Valley College says it will continue with some remote classes into fall semester. But first, our top story tonight. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office suspended its search over the weekend for a Wenatchee man who went missing last week near Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort. Pedro Brito, who his family says may be suffering from a brain injury, was last seen on May 9th in the Mission Ridge parking lot where his car was found. Captain Jason Reinfeld of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office said Chelan County Search and Rescue made an extensive effort to locate Brito last week that included ground searchers, canines, a helicopter, a drone with thermal imaging, and detectives following up on any leads. He said the department continues to follow up on any tips it receives about Brito, and detectives continue to investigate. Anyone with information about the missing man is asked to call the Rivercom non-emergency number, and that phone number is 663-9911. His family advises people to notify authorities and not approach Brito if they see him. Well, one of North Central Washington's most vital agencies during the COVID-19 pandemic has become the victim of 2 cyber attacks. Chelan Douglas Health District Administrator Luke Davies told the 2-County Board of Health yesterday the attacks happened last week. So far, they haven't led to any loss of data, but Davies said the district will probably need to overhaul its computer security.
I got a call from the Federal Bureau of Investigations on Monday letting us know that our system had been part of a larger sweep by a group conducting ransomware attacks, and that they had found a potential vulnerability within our system, and that they had left, basically gone to our system, put a bunch of backdoors, and then left. We contacted Local-Tel very quickly. We got them in. They closed off the specific security breach that we had to make sure that they couldn't get back in. And they went through and they found that 20 computers had administrative users added to their system as basically a backdoor into it. We have another attack that happened on Thursday, where this was a separate attack from what we believe is a separate entity, phishing attack, where they got a hold of somebody's emails, and we are still evaluating that one.
The Eastmont School District has decided not to have vaccinated and unvaccinated seating sections at school events. Superintendent Garn Christensen said in a letter on Monday that after he laid out the state COVID-19 guidelines for doing so last week, it created, quote, quite a bit of excitement and concern, unquote. Instead of sectioning people off based on their vaccination status, Christensen said the district will trust attendees to self-select where they prefer to sit while respecting people who prefer 6 feet of social distancing. He added that the capacity for graduation and other events will be limited to comply with state guidelines. While public schools and colleges are aiming for all in-person classes next fall, Wenatchee Valley College says it will maintain remote and online instruction for most of its classes. Classes that involve in-person contact will abide by recommended health and safety measures such as masking. Wenatchee Valley College won't require vaccinations for students or employees when the fall quarter resumes. However, vaccines will be encouraged. Most classwork at Wenatchee Valley College has been operating remotely since winter quarter 2020. Coming up next, the Grant County Sheriff's Office announced on Monday that former Grant County Sheriff Felix Ramon died on Sunday. A former shelter consultant with one of America's largest animal rescue groups will now lead the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. The first wild fishers to be born in the North Cascades in more than half a century have been discovered in western Chelan County. And the State Liquor Board says establishments can serve booze as a reward for COVID vaccination. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Hi, Stephen DeVilbus here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today, 509-663-7900.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In another news, the Grant County Sheriff's Office announced yesterday that former Grant County Sheriff Felix Ramon died on Sunday. Ramon served as sheriff from 1983 to 1989 and was also a longtime member of the Big Bend Community College Board of Trustees. The cause of his death has not been released. A former shelter consultant with one of America's largest animal rescue groups will now lead the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Taylor Sharp has been named the new executive director, replacing Don Davies. For the last 6 years, Sharp has worked with Best Friends Animal Society. That's a major advocacy group for no-kill animal shelters, which aims to find homes for every pet. She was a regional specialist based in Seattle, advising animal shelters throughout the West Coast. She's also a co-founder of the Pet Alliance of Washington. Sharp will take on the Humane Society directorship coming up in June. Well, the first wild fishers to be born in the North Cascades in more than half a century have been discovered in western Chelan County. State and federal wildlife biologists say the female fisher, dubbed F-105, which was tagged and released near Darrington in 2018, was recorded on a trail camera carrying one of her 4 kits near the den. Fishers are a relative of the weasel. They're native to Washington, but were eliminated from the state by overtrapping and habitat loss. More than 250 fishers have been reintroduced to Washington forests since 2008. Reintroduction in North Cascades National Park began in 2015. Well, the state of Washington says for the next month and a half, bars and restaurants can reward you for getting your COVID vaccine with a free cocktail of your choice. A so-called shot for a shot has become a standard practice in some states when customers show proof of recent vaccination. The State Liquor and Cannabis Board now says any business with a liquor license has permission to offer one free drink if the customer shows proof they received their first or second vaccination. That has to be between May 15th and June 30th. The Liquor Board says it's allowing the service at the request of merchants and to encourage more vaccinations among adults. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
The Tan Republic Bronze Without Borders membership is our best membership to date. Discounted monthly dues, access to over 65 locations, 25% off all products, discounted upgrades and spray tanning, members only specials, and of course, we treat you like a VIT. Very important tanner. Ask your certified Smart Tan associate how you can sign up for a Bronze Without Borders membership program today and save. Tan beautiful. Tan Republic.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, vaccination rates are high and COVID infection rates are falling in Chelan and Douglas counties. So when can we take off our masks? With CDC guidance allowing less use of masks for vaccinated people, wearing them still remains the best practice to avoid spreading infection. In a regular meeting last night, the Chelan-Douglas Board of Health wondered how to formulate that message for the two-county region.
Because masking is so effective and really, compared with hospitalization, it's relatively easy. And so we would like to encourage masking if anybody is outside of their home, especially if they're in confined spaces with people they don't know. That is, people who aren't part of their bubble. We'd really encourage people to continue masking until the rest of the state cools down. I would say, especially if you work in tourist-based industries, please continue to mask, even if you are vaccinated, until the rest of the state cools down.
There are going to be people out there who say, well, the CDC came out and said, you don't need to wear masks. So how would you like us to be responding to
That's exactly the right question, right? So the CDC guidance did stipulate that it is that local ordinance and that the desires of the private business take precedence over CDC guidance. And then they also called out that high-risk settings like healthcare facilities and schools and long-term care facilities and transportation are not a part of that new guidance. And really, if you think about it, they're either high-risk places or where people are in confined spaces with people they don't know. And so the masking should still apply. I think the difficult thing for businesses, and was very interested to see that Walmart and Starbucks and others have said that their employees can now remove their masks and that their clients can remove their masks, because that's an L&I issue. And my understanding also is that, there's a state guidance around universal masking. So we're in an awkward place right now. I think within the week, we'll have guidance from DOH and Labor and Industries, and that'll clarify things. Our position right now is that nothing has changed. And so if you need to give guidance to your constituents, the health district, until we have definitive guidance from the Washington State Department of Health or Washington State Labor and Industries, we're going to continue operating the phase 3 guidance to keep everybody safe.
I think we have a mixed message out there. I can assure you that once that CDC report hit, anybody who was on the fence took their mask off. And I don't know that there's any putting that back in the barn.
Nope.
So I think the message coming from us needs to be consistent. It probably should sound something more like it is good practice and good safety for yourself and those around you to continue to wear your mask. At the point in time where we send a message that is counter to what CDC has put out there, I think we're going to have issues.
All right, let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great day today. Big old cool down as you woke up this morning. It actually felt kind of chilly this morning. Warmed up a little bit throughout the day. We did see a few clouds at times. This shot from our Rondo Rock Sky-Fi camera, thanks to Localtel for providing that shot. And there's Turtle Rock right there in the middle of your screen. It was plenty cool today, and with that wind blowing out there, it felt even cooler. 63 is our unofficial high today. 72 is normal. We got to 78 yesterday, so a 15-degree cool down today. 48 is where we started the day. 50 is now our normal low temperature. 97 record high. That was in 2006. Record low 39 degrees in 1989. Sunrise this morning was at 5:20, and the sun sets tonight at 8:35. Let's take a look now at how our Hump Day Wednesday weather will shape up. And it's going to be a lot like today. I think the biggest difference for tomorrow's weather, we will see maybe a little bit warmer temperatures, but less wind. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be a little bit breezy tomorrow, but nothing like we're seeing today. 63 Wenatchee, also Eniat, and 64 the high temperature tomorrow up at Lake Chelan. As we take a look at tonight, mostly clear skies, and it will remain windy, high pressure out in the Pacific. And here's that giant area of low pressure, and usually caught in the middle, windy conditions, and we're seeing a very strong northwesterly flow moving down, and we're going to see some cool overnight lows tonight in the lower 40s. For Wednesday, just a little bit of breeze right here in central Washington. As I mentioned, nothing like today, but we're going to stay unseasonably cool with high temperatures, as I showed you, between 60 and 65 degrees. And then as we get into Thursday, the area of low pressure slides down into the central Rockies. That's going to bring us about a 50% chance of maybe mainly late afternoon showers. We're actually going to see those showers moving in from the east and northeast, and usually when that happens, that usually means that we get a good shot for rain. Friday, sunny. It will dry out, and we will see warmer temperatures as that area of high pressure intensifies on Friday, even into Saturday. That's going to be our warmest day. Look at all the sunshine for Saturday. Temperatures mid to upper 70s, maybe close to 80 down in the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla, but it's going to be a nice start to the weekend. To end our weekend on Sunday, we will see mostly sunny skies, and yes, some breezy conditions may return on Sunday, but we're going to stay mild with high temperatures once again in the mid to upper 70s. And then kicking off our next work week, sunny, a little bit of a light breeze on Monday with temperatures still above normal, highs on Monday in the mid 70s. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. 41 degrees overnight tonight. Boy, we're going to go from air conditioning to possibly heat overnight tonight. 63 tomorrow. It's going to stay cool. Maybe some rain. And I'll tell you, folks, we really need some rain. We're about 0.8 below where we should be for this time of year. And then a nice warm up by the end of the week and into the weekend with high temperatures then in the mid 70s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday. The Seahawks had 31 players report to their weekend mini camp for rookies. They included all 3 picks from this year's draft, as well as many undrafted free agents. The intriguing player is not technically a rookie. Darrell Taylor spent his rookie season in Seattle last year recovering from an injury and surgery on a shin suffered his senior year at Tennessee. Since he missed the entire regular season, he was still eligible to take part in rookie camp. Coach Pete Carroll says he's looking good so far.
Just in the first couple days, Darrell looks very much the part. I know coming off the field today, Clinton was real fired up about getting a chance to work him in his pass rush drills and all, and we really haven't seen much of him. You know, I mean, we had 1 week and we just kind of babied him through his first week when we got him out here. So this is the first couple of practices we've had. It is really important to the scheme. He does have the kind of makeup that fits it well. So at this point, he's going to get a heck of a shot to show us what he can do there.
Taylor, meanwhile, says he's ready to put last year behind him and show his teammates what he can do on the field.
It was pretty hard last year not being on the field, but I had my teammates helping me out. Older guys just whispering in my ear every now and then. Coaches talking to me, so I stayed the course last year. Just trying to be humble and trying to stay positive about what's going on. And then just getting out here today was very exciting. Being out here with some of my new teammates and stuff, man, it was something for the books, and I'm excited to look forward for the future, what's coming up next.
Second-round draft pick Dwayne Eskridge has impressed coaches so far in camp. The speedy wide receiver out of Western Michigan has shown Coach Carroll that he deserves a shot to be in the mix.
Yeah, there's no question that he's a flyer. He showed it right out of the chutes yesterday. His quickness, and he's a very powerful guy. He's about 191 or 2 pounds, but he's built really strong and built really solid, and you can see the explosiveness. Gets off the line of scrimmage really quickly, and certainly has the burst. So that was really fun to see. It's what we were hoping to see, and so we're pleased with the first showing. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's going to prove it that he belongs. That's probably as valuable as anything he could have and bring to this to our club. He's talented. You can see it already that he's quick and explosive. He's caught the ball well. Also got good strong hands. So he's made nothing but good impressions so far. But I'm really fired up about his attitude because he's here to prove something, and that always brings out the best in guys.
Now, veterans were offered a chance to come into a voluntary minicamp yesterday. Coach Carroll says the key for the rookies is learning about Seattle's program top to bottom.
The tempo isn't really important at this point. It's really just getting reps. Before we came on the field, we took a bunch of walkthrough reps in here, so these guys got a bunch of looks at plays and things. They just need repetitions. They just need the turns to start to put it together. You can imagine, if you can imagine all of the new language, and it's a heavy burden for them the first couple of days when they want to come out here and run around and show off and all that. It's hard. It slows you down. So our expectations are really just to start the process of teaching what's in the playbooks on both sides of the ball, and just start moving. This is not time for us to make big evaluations and try to gauge how it's going to go and all that at all. But it's the start. So fewer numbers this time around. We've had more like in the 50s when we've been here before. We have one deep, on offense and defense with a couple guys that can spell guys. So that's why the tempo we have to take a little more time in between reps and all. So to get guys back and to max it out. But everything went fine. We did all the turns that we needed. The walkthrough was excellent inside before we got out here, and so they have an introduction to what's going to hit next week. Now they're going to, they'll step into the meetings on Monday, and they're going to hear a lot of stuff they haven't heard before. And we've installed a ton already on both sides, and our veteran team is moving. So these guys will be in catch-up mode for a while. But good start, really good start. They showed their energy and their love for wanting to be here and make something of this opportunity. That's really all we're hoping for right now. Just get off to a start.
Seattle's scheduled to play 3 preseason games the end of the month of August before starting the 17-game regular season schedule September 12th
at Indianapolis. Well, Detroit hit 2 home runs off Yusei Kikuchi last night and beating the Mariners 4-1. Damage to Seattle starter all came in a 3-run second inning for the visitors.
I sensed something different. He had never faced adversity.
Look at this. Driven to deep right field, and that ball is gone! Eric Haas bows up and leads off the second with a solo homer.
Well, that's why he's in the lineup, Shep, because AJ believes this guy can hit the baseball, and what a better way to do it than getting up there first at bat as a left fielder. Save the baseball. What the heck? He can put that in the room somewhere. Little breaking ball out over the plate, and he just barrels it. Great swing, drives it a long way, and that looked like, I don't want to say who it looked like, but we've seen that before.
Yeah, they went first to third on a single 7 times in the series against Kansas City.
That ball's hit
This
well.
one is driven to deep right center field. That ball is back. That ball is gone. A 2-run blast from Jonathan Scope, and it's 3-0 Tigers.
Now, Kikuchi settled down after that, going 6 innings. He struck out 8, and after using 7 pitchers in Sunday's win over Cleveland, manager Scott Service needed Kikuchi to go deep in Monday's game. Lone highlight for the Mariners offensively came at the bottom of the 8th inning from catcher Tom Murphy.
Here's a drive deep to left. That baby's going to get out of here. Home run, Tom Murphy. The Murph with his 4th home run, 6th RBI. The Mariners on the board. Jumped all over a 2-0 pitch.
Good to see Tom Murphy time up a fastball. Hitters count. He's going to make sure he wasn't late. Exit velo of 104, 391 feet. Myers ahead in the game, so didn't want to walk him and threw him a fastball right down the middle, 93 miles an hour, and he barreled it up.
2 teams playing again tonight at T-Mobile Park. 7:10 game time. Justin Dunn facing Spencer Turnbull. Other American League action on Monday. Adolis Garcia and Willie Calhoun homered in Texas's 5-2 win over the Yankees. Shohei Ohtani's 3-run homer highlighted a 5-run second inning. Angels beat Cleveland 7-4. Ohtani's 13th of the season. Oakland and Houston were idle Monday and remain a half game apart in the AL West. Seattle slipped back to the 500 mark, sits 4 games back of the A's. Finally, how about the high school running career of Cashmere's Rob McManus? The senior distance runner couldn't compete in a state to meet this year or last thanks to COVID. So he ran at the Tacoma High Performance Meet last weekend at Bellarmine Track and Field Bowl. He was running against the best of the best and set a new school record in finishing 3rd. His 1,600-meter time, 4:10.90. That was nearly 5 seconds faster than the school record by Sean Anderson in 1987. Even though his prep career was cut short by the pandemic, he'll continue to pursue racing at Montana State University on a scholarship next fall. Congratulations, Cashmere's Rob McManus, and thanks to Coach Jeff Conoyer for pointing out Rob's prodigious performance. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Coombs for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, my guest will be Matt Wisen. If you watch high school soccer here on the NCWLIFE channel, you know Matt. You know him well. He's our color analyst. He's also heavily involved in Wenatchee FC youth soccer, and tryouts are now. Get your kid out and playing soccer. It's the beautiful game. We'll talk the beautiful game with Matt Wisen tomorrow here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Plus your weather forecast, your news, and everything else you need to start your Wednesday. I will see you at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We're live and we're local here on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care, they speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil, and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.